So CGI, special effects,
CGI,
CGI. Right. So I mean, video proof is obviously proof. Someone just said, "Where's Tristan's highlights?" I don't actually have a highlight reel. There are 5 or 6 videos of me fighting on YouTube, full fight videos. No one ever made highlights of me. I was the European champion at my very best. Andrew was world champion. And what you have to understand that when you're fighting at these smaller shows, there's no TV cameras. It's not captured. It's not on Eurosport or the TV channels that you were fighting on. There's plenty of videos of me fighting out there. But a lot of the videos of me that simply don't exist. I was fighting at shows that weren't televised. And in fact, a lot of your very, very good fights from your early days, your first maybe 20 fights, there's no video evidence of them because it was just small kind of local kickboxing shows 15 years ago.
Yeah. And 10, 15 years ago, when, like there's no iPhones, none of that shit. So,
but you did make it to the point where you were fighting on national TV all the time. And there's lots and lots of videos of you kicking ass. There's a few of me kicking ass. But largely, a lot of the video content of our younger days and our younger careers has been lost. But again, it's low IQ argument. So if Andrew says he has 86 fights, people say, oh, we can only find videos of 35 of them. Okay, so his first fight was against the fucking Chinese K1 champion. Yeah, that was his first ever fight. He didn't fight at all before that. This was his first match, clearly, because it's the earliest one we could find. Clearly, there was a large fight record to get there. So, you know, it's a very stupid rumor. And again, the people who are saying it, I mean, it's not like Floyd Mayweather is saying that me and you have never had a professional fight. It's a dude who's never had a fight. It's a dude who hasn't got any pictures on fucking Instagram.
Yeah,
it's anons. Well, you haven't had kickboxing fights. The fuck do you know? And plus, there's the act. We were known in the kickboxing community. There are forums 15 years old about our wins and our fights, way before YouTube even existed as a platform, with people talking about us up and coming. So all the evidence is there.
Anybody who's curious about my kickboxing days, I retired officially. In fact, I fought again 2 years ago, but
I am retired. Injury.
Yeah, but you can look up on YouTube. You can type in Andrew Tate King Cobra fight documentary, and there's a documentary about me being followed in the up run to a fight, and the fight's there as well. And I actually, one of the clips from that
has gone viral.
Has gone viral for how it inspires. It's me when I'm much, much younger. I might actually play that in a second.
Yeah, play it. No, play it because we would have had to start this fake kickboxing career story. What's this? 11 years ago.
Bro, I'm much more than 11.
And 12.
I'm like 22.
You're young. And we would have had to make this video with the plan of faking being a kickboxer 13, 14 years later. But go on, play the video, because this is actually a very good video.
Why I think I fight. Do I enjoy it? No. Do I enjoy training? No. Do I enjoy cutting weight? No. Am I nervous? Yes. Do I think to myself, what am I doing? Yes. Completely. Unfortunately, it's one of those things you're either born with or you're not. And the only way I can explain it to try and make it make any sense is that if I'm not doing something which is either extremely difficult or extremely stressful, I'm in a perpetual state of crippling boredom. I can't explain it. I see other people live their lives and they're like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend because I want to watch this movie. I think, who cares about a movie? You're looking forward to the weekend for a movie? Looking forward to the weekend to get drunk? Like, these things to me are so mundane. They mean nothing. And if I don't fight, if I'm not in a situation where I'm stressed or worried or concerned, I'm just perpetually bored. And boredom's crippling. If you're an intelligent person and you've got a good brain on your shoulders, you can't just sit there bored, you know? So most smart people take the academic route to avoid boredom. They learn, but that's never really interested me either. Although I've always been an intelligent guy and I've always done well academically, it never really interested me. And then I see people climb Mount Everest or jump off buildings or do base jumping, or the guy who jumped from space. People think, what's he doing? He's crazy. I understand. Because some people can't live normal lives. Some people cannot just function 9 to 5 office job, get drunk at the weekends. That is not for some individuals, and it's not for me. So I have to find something which keeps me physically tired enough to stop me going AWOL, and mentally tired enough. And I've chosen fighting, because without this, when I'm not in training, I wake up every day and think, okay, what am I gonna do today? It's 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, I'm bored, everyone's at work, I'm bored, and I'll end up doing something crazy. I'll either end up drunk or on the Eurostar, or, you know, it's just a random lifestyle, because I'm constantly looking for never-ending entertainment, and it doesn't exist. I think the only thing that could stop me fighting is if I had enough money to constantly entertain myself. Unless I'm a billionaire, I need something that keeps me focused and keeps me occupied in life. With fighting, I have to train twice a day, and I have to train hard, and the stress it brings in every aspect can replace fun, and my mind is occupied. It occupies me. It's the only way I can try and explain it. It occupies me, And I could never stop doing this even if I lost 100 fights, because I'm not built to live a normal existence. I can't do it. I couldn't just have a kid with some girl and sit at home and work a little bit and relax. I've never relaxed my entire life. I don't know what relaxing is. It's just not me.
You know what? I remember that video being made, and I remember being in the room while you were saying that. And I remember our mindset at the time when we were living that life. And what's super cool to me, and I'm being 100% serious for a moment, when he sat there saying, unless I have enough money to keep myself, completely entertained, unless I have, he said billions, but what he meant was tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, then I have to do this. And that's why a lot of fighters end up sad and depressed. And, I'm very, very proud of my brother. I'm very proud of him, because when we made that video, we had no idea. I mean, we thought we'd get there one day, but now we're sitting here with the hundreds of millions, perfectly happy and content and always entertained and living the best life there is, now that we're just about the age where we're too old for fighting. I'm too injured for fighting. You fucking made it, Andrew, and well done. But you're not a real kickboxer at CGI. So again, we are the same person. You are an actor. We do run international kidnapping and human trafficking rings. You are an Illuminati Freemason member, and you are not a real kickboxer. It's all fake and all CGI. So all of this is just made up.
You're right. There's a really good point there. And I said it in the video when I was 21 years old, 22 years old. I said, if I had enough money to permanently entertain myself, I wouldn't have to do this. And like you said, we did it just at the right time.
Yeah.
Because I'm so glad I was poor back then, because if I was rich, like these Twitch streaming dorks I'm doing all these Twitches with, I wouldn't have had the mental toughness to go through hell like I did to become world champion. So I'm glad I was poor, and I'm glad I got rich at the right time so that I could retire from the sport and not have to hold pads in a gym or keep fighting when I'm past it to pay the bills. I'm glad I had a very, very long career, a very, very good career, an amazing fight record, sparked a bunch of people, did an amazing job. And then I took all my millions and millions and
avoided serious injury,
took millions and millions and millions of dollars. And now I get to live the life of a retired champion. Women still call me champ around the house. Hey, champ. You want a coffee?
Because
I love it.
It's being a modern day gladiator. When I say escaped serious injury, I have friends who are permanently injured for life. Shout out to my boy Emmanuel Rodriguez. We've seen people die in the kickboxing ring. It's not funny. Thousands of shows happen all across the world every single day, and serious injuries, you hear about them when they're high profile, but they happen all the time.
Every fight I've ever taken in my mind was life or death. And if I fight again, I fought again quite recently, and I'm not against fighting again. I will do it. I don't have to, but I can and I will. And it's life or death for me. And I'm aiming to kill the person in the ring. I don't play games. You can't play games with this sport. So that, if you're interested in my fight career, those are the two videos to watch. The whole documentary of that you can find on YouTube by typing in Andrew Tate King Cobra fight doc. And then Andrew Tate highlights is my full highlight reel showing all the fighting. But for now,
But that actually leads into another rumor. I'm gonna skip one.
Do 1 second, because we're super rich. I need to Mr. Producer something.
Okay.
Big Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, real bad man in the blood clot. You understand, eh?
This flows perfectly into the next question. The next rumor I hear about myself. One sec. We have a 400 euro super chat. Shout out. That's going to go to Joe Exotic. I don't know you, and you don't know me yet. I just wanted to say that that going full speed publicity as of late will put immense pressure on your perception of yourself in the world. Be cautious. You were born leaning heavy on intellect, and you understood at some point that blah blah blah. The debate is achievement in the physical. We're fine. Thank you for your concern, but thank you for your concern.
The war room is tasked with our protection.
The war room protects me, and the guy who helps us run the war room, he wouldn't want me saying his name. He's always watching my back, so we're perfectly fine. We're perfectly fine. That leads perfectly into the next question. We weren't really poor because, get this, and this is going to be, I know a lot of you are going to know this is ridiculous. We didn't really grow up poor because our dad was a chess master. Andrew, do you want to talk about this a little bit, please? We didn't really grow up poor. In fact, let me tell you guys a true story. I was 21 years of age. This is not long ago. 21 years of age. Yesterday was my birthday. And me and Andrew, what did we eat on my birthday?
KFC.
Why did we eat KFC? Because when I was 21, me and Andrew used to have no food. I used to drive my broken Volkswagen Golf to the KFC restaurant in Dunstable, United Kingdom. And I used to sit in my car. And you couldn't ever eat anyone's leftover food if they ever had their mouth on it. But at KFC, they used to buy buckets. And I would sit and wait for people to sit outside, eat their meal, and leave the bucket on the table. And I used to go and take that bucket, 3 or 4 pieces of chicken. And I used to collect 20, 30, 40 pieces of chicken that were perfectly fine left in the buckets. And I used to go home and I used to freeze that chicken. And me and Andrew would break it up, put it in our rice. And that was our meal. That's what sustained us for that hard year. That year we had when I was 21 and you were 22. Yeah. That's how broke we were. I used to scavenge chicken from KFC because I thought, fuck it, I'm not dying and I'm not losing my kickboxing fights because I don't have enough protein. What am I going to do to make it through the day? That's how broke I was. And that's a sad story if you never make it out. To me, that's a happy story. That's a story of triumph. Now it's like, hey, Andrew, it's my birthday. What we doing? KFC? And it's a big joke. We sit there eating our KFC laughing about how we used to scavenge KFC chicken. So we weren't really poor because Dad was a chess master. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So yeah, what's actually quite amazing is I became like, we're going to go into the Twitch guys soon because I was talking to these Twitch guys. These Twitch kids I'm talking to now, they're making millions and millions of dollars. And that's why if anyone watched my recent stream with Aiden Ross, he's actually a good guy. He's a nicer guy than I thought he was.
Switched on.
But he's like, am I fat? I'm like, for 21 with all your money, yeah, you could have the best gym, the best personal trainer. You have all the time in the world. You are ridiculously out of shape for your scenario. We had to become world champion. I became world champion. Tristan became European champion. And like he said, we didn't have enough protein in our fucking diet. We're sitting there eating rice every day thinking this is the cheapest thing we can eat. We have no fucking
sardines.
Money. But we need some meat. How can we get meat? I became world champion without even fucking food. And you got these kids with millions and millions and millions. He ain't even got a 6-pack. It's fucking embarrassing. That's why I had to tell him. And I'm still going to tell him to the rest of his life. I said, bro. And
I'll help you, Aiden. Come over, hang out with us. I'll help you out, bro.
Because I said,
bro, I like you.
You need a life coach, bro. And that's why I'm saying I'm glad I was broke when I was young. Because if I was rich back then, with my mindset, I would have been an even better kickboxer. But these kids who have make all this money and they don't do shit, it's ruined them. Now they're just soft. They're going to stay soft. Life's been too easy. They've had no trauma, no struggle. If you want to be a man, you need to go through some real shit. And you have to go through some trauma and use it, internalize it, and that's what turns you into a man. Yeah. If you're a man who's never had hard times, you're not a very good man. Any man who's had an easy life is going to fall and collapse in the face of adversity. And the whole point of being a man, the whole point of masculinity is the ability to resist. That is the whole point. So, yeah, you're right. That's not a sad story. That's a very, very happy story for us. We laugh about it permanently. So, as for why our father, the chess master, our mother,
we weren't really poor because Dad was a chess master.
Listen, our dad was a fucking G.
But chess pays zero. Now we have a list of the top 10 richest chess players in the world right now.
Top 10 richest chess players.
Can you get that up?
Yeah, top 10 richest chess players. So we have one, Hikaru Nakamura. He's like number 2 in the world, I think, 50 mil. Fabiano Caruana, he played Carlsen last year in the World Champions, 13 mil. Carlsen, they said he has 8 mil. Kasparov, 5 mil. Judith Polgar, of course, they had to throw her in.
Yep. Hungarian Grandmaster.
Timur Radibov, whatever, 5 mil. Point is, and then it goes down. So number 10 in the world has 2 million.
So these are the top 10 richest players of all time, and the 10th richest player of all time has 2 million American dollars. Now, this house that we're in is bought and paid for. This costs 3 million. We have a car that costs 5 million. If we were chess players, with our net worth, we'd be the richest chess players in the world right now. Our dad was the fucking man, and he taught us everything I needed to know about being a man, but he never had any fucking money. He wasn't even in the top 100 players. He never crossed into the top 100 back in 1998, 1999. That was his heyday. He lived in a car for a lot of his life. There is no money in chess. There's very little glory in chess, which is sad because everyone loves fucking football and soccer and all these sports I don't respect. In chess, you have to be an intellectual titan to even come close to mastering that game. And Dad was the man, but he never had a fucking penny. And you know what? This is one of the accusations that if you say it to my face, I'll straight knock you out. Because what you're doing is you're talking about my father's life. There's a book called Triple Exclam written by Dr. Daim Shabazz. Look it up. It is a book, biography about the life of my father that was written just after he died. If you have any doubts about my upbringing, my dad's financial situation, you think I'm a trust fund kid, pick up that book because a lot of it is about his financial struggles and he never had a fucking penny. And if you say something about my father or his life or my life as a child that you don't know to my face, you're going to be served a knuckle sandwich. So don't talk shit about the dead.
It's on site.
Yeah, it's on site. Don't talk ill of the dead. Now, you can say anything you want about my father if it's true. Saying he's a millionaire is to discredit the achievements of his sons, and if he were alive, he'd kick your ass, so I have to do it for him.
Correct. We have to, for the bloodline, we got to whoop your ass because that's what he'd do. Dad, our mother and father got divorced. Dad stayed in America to play chess. We moved to Luton, England, lived in a council house, government housing.
Homeless shelter first for 2 years.
Homeless shelter along with all the Kosovans at the time. There was a Kosovan crisis. We were with the Kosovans. Then we moved into a council house. Mother was on the dole. She ended up getting a job as a dinner lady one time. That was it. We were raised on $300 a month. Our father was a professional chess player, driving from chess tournament to chess tournament in a Pontiac Sunbird. Sometimes he won, sometimes he lost. A lot of the time he slept in the car. Had a couple thousand here maybe, but then he had to play chess with it for the next 3 or 4 months, driving across America from California to New York in a busted up Pontiac Sunbird, playing chess and winning games. I've been with my dad when he would go to the park with no food, no money for food, and go to the park and have to hustle the chess park players for fucking $50.
And he'd do it.
And he'd do it because he was a G. And he was not afraid of shit. And I put lots of stories on my channel, Tate Speaks, about him and how the time he got jumped in Detroit and the way he spoke and how hard he was and how he was a genius and hard to kill, etc. Very much like myself.
But he never had
any fucking money. No money. Because he wasn't interested in money. He wanted to play chess. As long as he had gas and food, that's all he cared about. He was a nomadic warrior, Spartan, old school. So the idea that we come from money, absolute and utter fallacy.
It's offensive. Okay. Another rumor that we're not really rich. Now, this one, I have to say, this one's quieting down a bit. When we had 2 supercars, our cars were rented. Then we had 4 and the cars were borrowed. Now we have 27 and the cars are stolen, but we're not really rich. Andrew, do you want to talk about us not being really rich? I mean, this podcast, we wanted to do a podcast. We built the studio, 20 grand. I mean, that's nothing, but we're clearly we have something. Even if this is the first time you've ever seen us. This watch on my wrist is $195,000. This is a Patek Philippe Nautilus, for those of you who don't know. He's got an Audemars Piguet on, completely covered in diamonds. We're not really rich, Andrew. Please, because I can't even do this. We're not rich. You're not rich. You're broke. Tell him.
It's true. We're broke.
No, it's true. It's not. You're supposed to tell them that we're actually rich.
We're broke.
This is a rumor I hear about us.
We're broke.
We're not broke. We're not broke.
We're broke. We're broke.
I was rich before I had money because I've always had the best brother and the best people and the best team around me. Shout out to Marcel. Shout out to Rory. I've got friends. Shout out to Peter Bodnar. I've got friends that go all the way back. I never felt broke, but I was poor. Yeah. But yeah, we're fucking rich. We were just rich.
We were born with no money and the best and good parents, and that's the best upbringing you can have anyway. So yeah, we are rich now. If anyone who still thinks we're not rich, then they're just a dumbass, aren't they? I mean, there's going to be some autist on the internet who's going to do some hit video. I've worked out that Tates only have $221 million.
Oh my God. Fuck off.
Dork. So yeah, I mean, there's just some kickboxing belts I'm just gonna throw in there because I'm Mr. Producer. Producer.
Those are mine. Those 2 belts are mine. And some people are asking about my fight record. I had about 35 fights, lost 6, 129. Look, fuck around and find out. The video got banned. But if you Google sitting on Bugatti punched, there's a video going around the internet of what happened to a bunch of dudes who were sitting on the Bugatti. Now, luckily they only caught my side of the story, but me and you approached those 7 dudes out of nowhere, and it wasn't pretty what happened to them. So you don't think I can fight? Fuck around and find out. In fact, there's a point I want to make. And I've always wanted to make it on an emergency meeting about how complimentary it is when dudes attack me and write personal attacks at me from anonymous accounts. Hear me out. This is the best compliment in the world. You're not really hard. You're not really rich. But it's an anonymous account 100% of the time. It's never the actual guy's face. It's never the actual guy's name. Fear is better than respect to a lot of people. That's a real saying. It's better to be feared than be respected. Now, if you're going to disrespect me by telling me that I'm broke or telling me that I can't fight or saying whatever, I like that you do it from an anonymous account because I see the anonymous account and I'm like, oh, good. He fears me. This guy is brave enough to disrespect me. No, not brave enough. Sorry. Bold enough to disrespect me, but he is not brave at all. He's had to make a new Instagram account, somehow tag me in enough stories that I see his message and then disrespect me. Oh, so you're scared. If you're going to come at me, beg me for money, call me a loser, do it from your actual account with your face and your name, please. Because then if I see you, we can discuss it in person.
While we're talking about this, you're right. You're completely right. But while we're talking about this, something just popped into my head that I want to make a statement. This is a public statement. Please, I hope this goes as viral as possible. Since I became the most famous man in the world, and quickly, I want everyone to know that I'm not stating that as hyperbole. I am currently the most famous man on the planet because I've broken the matrix because I am Morpheus. I said earlier on in this emergency meeting that, James, can you find out if I'm the most famous man in the world, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. This is search terms against Jake Paul. which we're going to talk about because me and him, I told him I was going to fight him.
I like the Paul brothers. I'm going to interject. So make your point, and I'm going to tell you why I like them.
Well, I'm more famous than him.
Okay,
I'm the blue line. He's the red line.
Yeah,
this
fine.
is Google searches.
Yeah, right
This
now.
is me against Joe Biden. I'm high. I can't make it fit, even though I'm number one producer. Maybe I can make it fit like this.
Higher than Joe Biden.
One second. No, it doesn't fit either. Mr. Producer. Okay, whatever.
Okay.
I'm higher than Joe Biden.
You're currently the most talked about famous man in the world.
I'm higher than Donald Trump. I'm top G.
Yeah, top G.
I'm the most talked about man in the world.
Now,
Joe Biden, you think you're president. I'm top G.
You're not top G, Joe Biden.
You're not top G. I am.
He couldn't spell top G. Right. Right. Now that you've mentioned them, let me talk about why I like the Paul brothers. I genuinely do like something that they've done. And it is really credible to their character. Most of these people who grow up, as I said, being internet content creators and make money, they grow up being clowns. We made money and then we decided to create some content on the internet. These guys have at least had the balls to get in the ring. Massive respect, because anyone who gets in the ring, it's a dangerous sport, and it's real shit. And anyone who says that his fights are rigged, I don't think his fights are rigged at all. He carefully picks his opponents, but his fights aren't rigged. But he has bought back something that I really like. I really like that back in the day, in 17th century Europe, if you had beef with a man and everyone knew that you publicly disagreed, you could say, "Ha, I challenge you to a duel. I challenge you, let's have it out in public and settle our affairs." I think it was Logan who bought this back with KSI. Shout out to KSI as well. I saw his video on us. That's pretty cool. They bought back this old, you have beef with me. Okay, let's settle it with fisticuffs. Let's settle it like men. So if it wasn't for the Paul brothers, there would still be mindless internet beef going on, and you couldn't say, let's have a fight. Let's actually sort this out. So I genuinely massively respect the Paul brothers for that. They bought that back, and it's a custom as old as time, and it's been back 5 years. And I'd say they are largely at credit and at fault for bringing that back. So hats off to them. Nothing but respect from my end.
Yeah, I made a video calling out Jake Paul. If me and Jake Paul fight, I will destroy him because I am a professional and he knows I'll destroy him, and that's fine. But that aside, when I first made that video was when he was calling out Conor McGregor, and I thought he was just being disrespectful and he was just a clown. It turns out he's taking his boxing career quite seriously.
He's really training.
He's training. He's getting in the ring when he doesn't have to get in the ring. You know, he has enough money. He doesn't have to do this.
Yes.
He's putting it on the line. He's putting his reputation on the line. I know that takes balls. I respect him for it. So I understand now that he's very serious about his boxing career. And you're right. They brought back the old school, have you got beef? Let's fight. I love that they brought that back. I love that they brought this back because I'll fight Ethan any day of the week. I'll fight anyone. Yeah. That's who I am.
Anyone who has beef.
Anyone who has beef. If Jake wants to fucking fight me, I'll fight him. I ain't scared of nobody on this fucking planet. I'll fight anybody. But I do like that they brought that back. You're right. That's a really good point.
Thank you.
Now,
because we talked about this.
Because I want to talk about something else. Well, now that I'm the most famous man in the world, as we just proved, I'm the most famous man in the world. I can't walk the street without people coming up to me saying, top G, top G, top G. That's fine. But I am walking the streets now with bodyguards, and I'm going to tell you all why. I'm doing it for your protection, not my protection, your protection. And I want to explain something to you. Anyone who's followed me long enough knows I've had an eclectic life. Anyone with a brain can look at us and think of how much money we've made, the places we live, look at our Instagram, where we go, and the kind of lives we've lived, been associated with, still associated with. I'm not going to give too much away on the internet. I have enemies. You cannot just run up on me while I'm walking somewhere, sprint over to me at speed, and expect not there to be an altercation. I would rather end you and then work out you were a fan than me get ended. I'm saying this and I'm stating this with absolute fucking seriousness.
Be careful.
As a professional, when you see me, you approach me the same way you approach a nervous horse. You don't run over making fast movements, you get kicked in the fucking face. I'm tired of walking down the street and people seeing me out the corner of their eye and sprinting over to me. I don't know you people. I don't know you. And I don't like groups of full-grown men running up to me. So I've started walking around with bodyguards. The reason I have bodyguards is so that they can stop you getting close enough to me where I'm forced to react. But if you see me, approach slowly, respectfully, and carefully. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, my trigger finger's swift, and I would rather make a mistake than die. I don't like it. And I'm making this very, very public because it's happening all the fucking time now. Don't run up to me. Don't come up behind me. Don't come from the side. Nothing. You need to very, very respectfully, slowly, from a distance, in front of my eyes, make me know I don't have to pull the weapon.
We grew up on a council estate in Luton. And the reason for the bodyguards, I mean, I caught that case And as I said, you could find it on the internet if you Google. I mean, it's very easy to find. A bunch of dudes were sitting on my car. I saw them and it was on site. I need bodyguards to throw people off my car because otherwise I'm going to hit them and I'm going to catch a case. It's not about protecting me from the people sitting on my car. Those people weren't a physical threat to me, but I'm the kind of guy that will still throw punches. You can take the boy off the council estate. You cannot take the council estate out of the boy. I'm still wired that way, and I will hit you first and answer my questions to the police later. So, yeah, we do have bodyguards.
We have bodyguards now, and I'm telling you this all for your protection because the internet has changed the world. There are people now with no fucking respect. I'm walking down the street.
All they want is their selfie.
All they want is their selfie. I'm walking down the street in Slovenia. Fucking 4 full-grown men sprint at me at speed.
Yeah.
I didn't have my weapon on me. I turn, and I'm literally analyzing. Like, you have to understand how fast my brain is, and combat's been my life. I'm analyzing like you'd imagine RoboCop analyzing. He dies first. He dies next. I'm working out destroying these 4 men before they turn out to be fucking fans. You can't run at me in a pack of men. When a pack of men runs at me, I'm ready to fucking hurt you. I don't know you people.
That's always been a threatening situation until very recently. And I don't care if you've got your hand out trying to fucking shake my hand. I don't know if you got a knife in that hand. I'm going to punch you in the face.
I don't know you. If we're in the countries where I'm strapped, which is more than you'd possibly believe.
More than you believe.
More than you believe. Because even where it's illegal to have a gun, trust me, with enough money and enough friends, you can have one. My hand is on my way. You're running over for a selfie and I'm fucking reaching for the Glock. Is it worth it? It's a selfie. You're going to get a fucking bullet. Be careful. And I'm saying this as a public statement. Be fucking careful coming up to me.
Yeah.
Because I know you want your selfie so bad. I don't really give a fuck. I don't know you.
Do you want it bad enough to die?
Do you want it that bad? Especially at night, especially in clubs, especially like on the street, especially if I've got a woman with me and now my woman's at threat. So I've put bodyguards up around me to try and stop this happening because sooner or later there's going to be a fucking accident because people have no respect. All you fucking kids are growing up with no respect. You've never been in difficult situations. You've never had a difficult life. And you think that full-grown men running at another full-grown man at speed is normal. Oh, why would he be threatened? Because you've never seen people get stabbed to fucking death like I have. You've never felt the blade inside. Anyone who's watched me knows where my stab wound is. You've never seen 5 full-grown men rush a man and fucking murder him. I have. Don't run at me like that. And this is not a joke. Say, Mr. Producer, there's no bullshit. Don't fucking sprint at me like that. I find it extremely offensive. And now I don't want to take your fucking stupid selfie because you made me nervous and you made me angry and unhappy. I'm trying to live a happy life. I'm a rich man. I'm walking down the street, got a beautiful woman with me. My life's fine. I don't want to have a fucking adrenaline dump because you want a selfie to try and get some fucking pussy, which you never get. Fuck you. Stay the fuck away from me or approach slow.
Politely and with respect. Right. Another rumor. Andrew, this one's bad. You are a sexist / misogynist.
No!
Are you okay? Are you okay?
No!
Are you all right? Andrew, can I help you?
Don't say it again!
Are you all right?
No, I can't. Please don't say it again.
Sexist /
No,
misogynist.
don't even say the words. I can't handle it.
Smash the like button.
Don't say it again.
Views.
Please don't say it again. I can't possibly fathom a world in which there's some fat loser on the internet who thinks that I'm a misogynist even though he gets no pussy and all the women love me and not him. Please. Don't do it, Tristan. Don't even say the word sexist.
So yes, you are.
I can't handle it. I can't take it, Tristan. I don't want you to say such a horrible thing. I couldn't even, if people were to even believe that's true for half a second, I wouldn't even be able to accept. Please. Please.
You're very upset. You're very upset. And we're going to get to this guy after this because I actually watched that interview. He needs a life coach. Basically, yes. Can we move on to the next one, which is actually a lot more interesting?
No, don't say that again. Promise.
Shut up.
That you'll never say it again. Every time someone
you
no, Tristan,
sexist,
no,
misogynist,
you don't understand.
Piece of
Tristan, you don't understand. No one's ran up to me. It's a good day. No one's sprinted at me. I'm sitting on my private jet with my 5 women, with my diamond watch, with hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay. I'm on my way from one place I want to be to the next place I want to be. Okay. Life's fine. Okay. And then someone on the internet calls me a sexist, and then I'm just so upset, and my whole life's ruined, and I can't just relax and fuck the pussy, and I can't just drive my supercars around, and nothing makes me happy anymore, and I'm just so sad. Because they called me a sexist deep inside
Shut
my
up.
heart.
Okay, all right.
I can't have it, please.
Next rumor. All right.
Please stop calling me a misogynist.
Next rumor.
Please.
Next
no,
rumor.
Tristan. I need to let them know. Guys, if you keep doing it, it's going to ruin my life. Please, Ethan. Please. Don't say it again. I super care. I care so much. I can't even put in human words how much I care. I am a master at rhetoric. I am beautiful. I have a grasp of the English language, which is nearly unparalleled on the internet. I have the ability to make my ideas translate through space-time into the minds of other men. But I cannot describe in words how much I don't like and can't handle being called a misogynist or a sexist. It ruins my entire existence, Tristan.
Okay.
I can't even live life anymore. Please don't call me a misogynist. Please.
Okay. Rumor number 9. We are Russian agents. Agents from Russia.
That can't be a rumor.
Russian agents. That's a rumor. In fact, for all of the Romanians watching, the former president of Romania, after the police came to our house that time, entertained the fact on live Romanian television that we may be Russian agents sent to make the country of Romania look bad. The former president said that about us, that it was a possibility. That's a completely true story. So, are we Russian agents? Нет. Нет.
Yeah, we're not Russian agents. Not anymore.
Which leads me to the final, and I think the truest of all the rumors. The Large Hadron Collider at CERN has recently been activated, and once that happened, you, especially me, subsequently, have become the most famous man on the internet. Are you from another dimension? True or false?
True.
True.
I'm from a dimension. Let me complete the circuit.
Okay, complete the circuit. Tell him. We admit it.
I admit it. I'm from a dimension that parallels this one in all forms. A dimension where men tell the fucking truth, don't cry their eyes out, aren't scared of saying something on the internet. You know what's crazy? I say the things on the internet that every man says in the locker room or sitting around with his boys. And then everyone says my views are extreme or crazy. Everyone agrees.
Then why the huge following?
Why the huge following?
Why do we resonate with so many people?
And
worldwide?
I don't say anything that's detrimental. I want to make this very, very clear. I have nothing against women. I love women. Women are beautiful creatures. Women have children. I've said this before. It's an interesting statistic. I said this to Dave, who for some reason disagreed with me on everything I said. I don't know why. I have nothing against the guy. I like the guy, but he was wrong on everything. As we know, you can watch the BFF podcast and he was completely smoked because that's what I do. I smoke people. He said that I have a problem with women. I said, no, it's an interesting statistic. 100% of the people I've had sex with are women. So 100%. I have nothing against women in any regard. I don't think they're as good as men at certain things. And I don't think men are as good as women at certain things.
Agreed.
And I think that all of society basically agrees with me. But because we live in the clown world of the internet, for some reason we have to pretend that's not true. Where I'm from a dimension where you're allowed to say it. And CERN opened a black hole.
Yeah.
And here I am.
In our universe, we're just normal YouTubers with no subscribers because we just say the things everyone says.
In our universe,
we're not famous.
We're just dudes who just say the basic shit everyone knows. Hey, the sky's blue. And everyone's like, duh.
So we came through the wormhole using our Illuminati human trafficking acting skills.
Nice. Smart.
We rented
we trafficked ourselves.
We rented the wormhole because we're broke.
Correct. And we trafficked ourselves through it because we're human traffickers.
And now that we're here, somehow in this dimension, we've blown up.
Because we say women can't park.
Oh my God!
Fucking hell. Fucking cheer up. Everyone knows it's true.
Get over it.
Relax.
Chill out. Relax.
We're from another dimension. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, our dimension's pretty cool. But, I like being in this dimension because I'm special. I'm special here.
Exactly. People who are worried about what we say need to spend more time trying to find the clown.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to find the clown.
They need to find the clown.
So that is the rumors of the Tate brothers. 18,500 people watching. Smash the like button, please. That has summed up all the rumors. Now that the rumors are over and all of them are true, and we admit every single one of them is true.
Yeah, that's true.
When I say
I
we,
refuse to be a sexist.
But when I say we, I mean I, because I'm you and you're me and we're the same person. It's just a very cleverly edited show.
Smart.
Right, smart. Let's get to Twitch because we are live on Twitch right now, probably with 0 viewers. But whatever. I watched your Twitch stream, Andrew, and I came out of it when I saw you afterwards, and I said, Andrew, you need to be on Twitch because you need to help these people. I think the people who you're actually talking to, Aiden Ross is pretty base, and I think he sees the light, and he needs some coaching. I'm happy to hang out with the guy. A few of the other people you were talking to, I think they're beyond fixing. But the fact that they command audiences of hundreds of thousands of young men who idolize them and wish to be like them, I feel like you need to be on Twitch because I feel like this audience of lost young men who are going to grow up with bad, poisonous ideas need a voice like yours, maybe a voice like mine, that older brother kind of voice to talk to them and to tell them about how the world really works. So I don't remember the guy's name. Apparently he's super famous, but I watched this podcast, and am I right? This guy was saying in hypothetical scenarios, you and your girl are upstairs in your house, someone breaks in, who goes downstairs to confront the burglars? He started coming up with hypotheticals that his girl was a super soldier and might be a better shot than him, and they negotiate who goes downstairs to confront the people who broke into the house. And like, Andrew, was that guy an actor? Was he an actor? Was he trolling you? Tell me, you spoke to the guy. I watched it. I thought he was making fun first. No, I'm going to survive. What, and let your woman die? Because I obviously have never broken into anyone's house, but if you understand what a house break-in is, they're breaking in to steal shit. If they're downstairs, they're coming upstairs because that's where the good shit is. There is no hiding and negotiating with your woman. Someone is going to have to confront the burglars, and that person is going to be me in 100% of scenarios. Me with a woman, 100% of scenarios, I'm going down to confront the burglars. Now, this guy, I think he was trolling you, and he must have been making it up.
No, Twitch is important for me because there's a lot of people on Twitch who need my help. I'm sent from another dimension. I call myself Morpheus, saying I'm hacking the Matrix, but you can say it's the CERN wormhole, wherever you want to call it.
It is the wormhole.
I'm from another dimension, and I'm here to help the young men of the world.
Good.
It's amazing to me that young men will sit on Twitch and play video games all day long and spend all of their time trying to amass virtual currency so that they can spend that virtual currency becoming as big, strong, rich, important as possible. But in the real world,
video games.
In video games. But in the real world, they don't do the exact same thing. You're supposed to amass currency, and you're supposed to use your time cleverly to upgrade your character.
IRL.
Life is a video game. You don't need the games in and of themselves. And I have nothing against the guys I've been twitching with, but you're right. There's a very, very strange worldview where a man has no fundamental duty and no innate responsibility to defend a female who he loves in the event of a house break-in. Once you stand there and say, well, she might be a better shot than me, that is the biggest cop-out BS.
Well, his girlfriend is not a police officer. She's a Twitch streamer. His girlfriend is not an army super soldier. She's a Twitch streamer. I Googled who his girlfriend was.
Correct. And
so why was he saying this?
And that's the point. So it's actually a very dangerous worldview where men have no duty and no responsibility, because the only thing that keeps the only thing that keeps the world functioning is when men have duty and responsibility to doing the hard things they're not supposed to do because they are men in and of itself. That's the reason it's women and children first on the lifeboat. The problem with the world today is that not enough men feel this duty. And this is a person with a huge influence, a huge channel, trying to broadcast and convince the world that you have no innate responsibility as a man. And I disagree with that. Also, we were disagreeing on the fact about women and how women should act in respect. He was saying that I was fearful for my girl to go to a club. It's not about that. It's not about fear. It's about respect. And you was recently highlighted in the super chat we got earlier on that his chick is dancing on some other dude.
Yeah. In fact, that's bad.
That's
bad.
Well, is that respectful?
Well, I feel like he has to. Now I understand why he was defending this ridiculous behavior so fervently, because I mean, well, this is fine.
I mean, we don't know the context. We don't know if they're still if they're together.
Andrew, I am your best friend. If your girl tried to dance with me like that, I'd push her the fuck over.
Yeah, no, we would never be with the girls.
Obviously.
But my point is, like, maybe they weren't together. Maybe this is an old video. Like, let's be fair.
I don't know.
We don't know because we just found out this. We're being fair. But I don't think that's a respectful way for a girlfriend to act if she was with him. And the point we're making is the point I was trying to make at the time is about respect. It's not just about. He tried to say it was about fear. It was nothing to do with fear. It's about respect, setting boundaries as a man, and being respected. I come along and I try and teach men to level themselves up, be confident, be strong, understand the true reality of the world, make sure that you have imperatives which suit your narrative, make sure you have parameters which prevent you from being disrespected and ending up being sad and lonely like most men do. Mm-hmm. He comes along and tries to argue against all of my points. And every single point he argued against, I guarantee you, if anyone here is curious or doesn't believe me, if you would agree with his worldview above mine, you will end up fucking miserable. The dude is a Twitch streamer. He makes a bunch of money with no actual, he doesn't need any physicality. He doesn't need any formidability. Yep. He doesn't need anything. Great. He's in a very fortunate situation. For most men out here, you need to be able to go through some shit to become something.
Bro, just go downstairs. Well, but if you're watching XQC, just go downstairs, bro. Your house got broken into. You're the man. Just go downstairs. Your girl is not a super soldier. We just saw her dancing there. She's clearly not G.I. Jane. Yeah. Go downstairs and try to save your household and try to save your woman.
And I think that Twitch is like an untapped resource. I feel like I can really help men by being on Twitch. That's why I do these Twitches. And I hope that when I do them, I sit there and I talk to men and I explain, look, you're wasting all your time leveling up a video game instead of leveling up yourself. Look, these people you idolize on Twitch may be very good at video games, but their worldview is not going to translate well into the real world. They're very, very fortunate. They've effectively won the lottery. And if you're going to go through life thinking, I don't need to be strong and I don't need to protect a woman and she can go downstairs and you're going to live a good life without Twitch fame and Twitch money, you are fucked. As a man, you need to become hard to kill, and you need to become the kind of person who can deal with trauma, setbacks. You need to be the kind of person who is competent in all realms. You're not going to do that following the advice that these men give. That's why I appear from another fucking dimension to save all of you. Top G, like a superhero. And when I was doing the Twitch streams, I was amazed. I was really amazed at the worldviews these men have. And if they weren't Twitch streamers, they would perpetually fail because you cannot be a successful man with their worldview.
No, you can't. And and he probably has enough money to hire a bunch of security guards, and he'll never find himself in that situation. But the hundreds of thousands of people watching him, you know, he's living in America, saying, "Oh, what kind of weird circumstance is that? Someone tries to rape your girl." Oh, what? You mean the country with the highest rape in the first world? Like, what kind of hypothetical situation is that? And you're not going to defend your woman? You're going to run away like a coward? That's never been who we are. That's never been who we are.
So,
I fought to defend you. When people try and start on you, I'll attack people. And you're my brother. I can't hang around with people with that mindset. The people you care about are always worth defending. And as a man, you have to do that.
You have to do it. And it's actually quite telling because I'll make something.
It's sad.
It's sad.
It's
because
sad.
What the problem is with a man, the problem is being a coward as a man makes you absolutely useless. You can be big and strong. Doesn't matter if you're a coward. You can be rich. Doesn't matter if you're a coward.
I don't hang around with cowards.
I don't hang around with cowards because cowards have no net benefit in an unfortunate situation. Why would you be friends with a guy when everything's going well? He can party in the club, drink bottles, fuck girls, everything's going well. But the second things go negative, he's going to allow you to die and he's going to run away. Why are you his friend? Fun. And I also made another point on these streams. I think it was on the Dave Portnoy BFF podcast I just did. I made a point. Birds of a feather flock together. The only people who roll with cowards are fucking cowards themselves.
Yeah.
Anyone who's a G rolls with Gs. If you come up on me and my team, we either all die or nobody dies. That's how it works. There's none of this shit. None of us are running away. We don't care if we're outnumbered. Don't care if you have weapons and we don't. We all die or nobody dies.
Those 7 dudes were sitting on the car. There were 7 of them. Like 3 of them froze in fear. Why are you not helping your boys out? Like, I mean, I know you were in the wrong. Your friends were in the wrong sitting on my car, but like you're just going to let your friends get sparked.
The dudes and promoting cowardice to the internet is something that's been happening for a long time. It's something he's doing, and I am the antidote. Yeah. So
it's not cool.
It's not cool.
And he needs help.
And he's a nice guy, but you know, he has plenty of money. He should come to me and say, look, I have plenty of money. How do I become the man? I have unlimited money, unlimited time. Andrew, help me. And I will help him. And he will change as an individual when he wakes up and he's no longer afraid to go downstairs.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying don't have an adrenaline rush. I'm not saying don't be nervous, of course, but pull the strap and go and fucking defend your house. That's the whole point. To be a man and sit there and start having a negotiation with your female about who a better shot is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's not even something you can half entertain. And I think the world knows that. The whole internet knows that. It's fine. But it's amazing that I've had to come from another dimension to point out the very fucking basics of masculinity. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So I think I'm gonna do some super chats.
Yeah, let's do some super chats.
I hated the Aiden Ross stream. The other skinny dude had no arguments. I lost my father in 2014, but you reminded me of the attitude. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. I used to have a girlfriend. I was a simp. She broke up with me. She keeps calling me because I have money now. I've been ignoring her. She broke my heart, and I chased excellence. Good for you. I made 5K in the first 2 months. I hate you too. As a time poor, money rich, it's literally one of the best decisions of my life.
Yeah, and we'll quickly talk about Hustlers University.
Donating again until I get my response. My members of the community would like you to race my horse in Dubai with your Bugatti. My Insta is whatever. Hundreds of members have already DM'd you. I'm going to take a picture of this because maybe we'll race your horse. That'll be interesting. If the horse wins, that'll be hilarious. Go on.
It depends on the race. Depends on the terrain. I mean, it's obviously
I'm going to race on a mud track.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
we'll work it out. Maybe.
Yeah.
But in regards to Hate You in the War Room, Hustlers University and the War Room are not things I should have to explain what they are anymore.
Yeah.
Anyone who is serious about their life and wants their life to change, you can go to topg.com, which auto forwards to cobratate.com. Try both. Cobratate.com, and you can read about the War Room, read about Hustlers University, and everything is explained. Every single man with blood in his veins needs to be a member of one of those two communities. It serves every single male on the planet. Hate You will get you rich. The war room will give you the connections you need to live a life worth living. If you're going to sit here on the internet, watching my content, agreeing with what we say, and understanding that this is 1% of what we know and 1% of what we teach, and not at less, and not wanting the other 99%, well, then you are doomed to failure. If you're the kind of person who genuinely wants to upgrade their character, like we've been discussing, then you're going to join the War Room or Hustles University, and both of them can be accessed at CobraTate.com. Very, very simple. I don't want to talk about it any more than that. I don't need to justify it. I don't need to show the wins anymore. We have children, fucking 16 years old, making $40,000 a month. We have people inside the War Room traveling the world inside of getting visas on a whim for countries which are banned for their particular passport. You would not believe the things we do. It's all on CobraTate.com, and you can find out more.
Right. If you want to know more about us, do the Instagram plug. Follow us on Instagram. Andrew's Instagram is pretty big. But you got the Instagram banners?
Do I?
You're Mr. Producer, aren't you?
I am Mr. Producer.
Aren't you Mr. Producer?
I am, but I don't think I have them. It's James's fault.
Andrew's Cobra Tate. I'm Talisman Tate. And they call me the Talisman. Actually, I'm going to talk about being a man. The Talisman. That is a word that means good luck charm. Now, I've had that name since I was 16 years old. There are multiple scenarios where my friends, shout out to all of you, you know who you are, who grew up in the shithole town of Luton with me. Some of you are still in Luton. And, God bless you all for representing. But I have saved people from very dangerous situations because when shit hits the fan, I do not fail you. When you need a man by your side, I am the good luck charm to be walking around with. There's no way I am going to cower out of any situation for anyone I care about. And that's because I am a man. And it's something that I didn't think ever needed to be explained. I didn't think it was something that there was ever any debate about. But
last super chat I'm going to answer. It was sent here. JPW 1000 something.
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know how much money it is. It doesn't matter. How does someone rooted so deep in cowardice get out of that hole? You're not going to be the only coward in the group.
Yeah.
Birds of a feather flock together. You join the War Room. The War Room is not a group you can just join and stay in. We have tests. We have a white path you must follow to reach the top of Wudan. If you do not do your work, you will be kicked from the group. We kick members permanently who do not succeed. Every single member inside the War Room for that reason is a winner because losers are expelled. You will be amongst winners, and the only way you can stay amongst winners is to become a winner. Birds of a feather flock together. That's why I've said this on all the interviews. If your boy fucks your girl, that's your fault because you're a pussy because you roll with pussies. If your boy's a coward, that's your fault because you're a coward because you roll with cowards. If you hold yourself to standards, you will find friends which hold themselves to standards. And before you know it, you'll end up in the War Room, part of the private army of Top G, most famous man on the fucking planet. This has been the Emergency Meeting, episode 11.
God bless. Good night.
God bless. Good night from the one and only Mr. Producer.